Hello, my name is Matthew, and this is a 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 Rubik's Cube made by Melinda. The link, if you'd like to get one, is in the description. But this video is for those of you who have one and maybe are not quite familiar with it, aren't quite ready to solve it, but maybe something happens and these magnetic pieces called cubies come apart. And one of the things that you need to know how to do is to be able to assemble the cube into the pieces that will then be solvable. So this is how I do it. I'm sure there are many ways. I find this way the easiest. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look for red and orange, and I'm going to separate the pieces into two piles based on whether they have a red color on them or an orange color on them. And every piece will have either red or orange. No piece will have both, and we should end up with two piles with 8 pieces in them. So let's go ahead and start splitting those up. Here's a red one. This one's orange. And, oops, you're in the wrong pile. There we go. 2 piles, red on one side, orange on the other. I'm going to tilt this view a little bit, see if I can get, there we go. That looks better. Red and orange. Again, I'm going to split them into 2 piles. So I'm going to start with my red pile of 8 here. And this time, I'm going to be looking at, let's look at white. White versus yellow. And so I see here, these 2 pieces have yellow. And again, each piece will have either white or yellow. And at this stage, I'm going to kind of put the 2 colors we've been talking about on top. So here's red and yellow, and here's red and white over here. These 2 pieces are red and yellow. These 2 pieces are red and white. And we now have 4 pieces that go together and will fit into one layer, so to speak, of the cube. So now again, I'm going to set aside one of those piles and I'm going to look at the 4 remaining pieces here. And what's key for me is to make sure that the pieces stay flat on the table. That helps me make sure that they're oriented properly. And I also want to have yellow toward the inside, so I'm going to kind of point these at each other here, and red toward the outside. And when I have them oriented that way, what I end up with is 2 colors. So this piece here is purple on one side, green on the other. And that's if I have yellow and red up top. Then I have a purple side and a green side. And so I can kind of ignore this red and yellow here now that I've oriented them properly. And I can look at just purple and green here. And I can look for other purple and green pieces in my pile here. So I notice this green piece, and green goes with green. So again, I'm going to orient them so yellow is in the middle and green can touch green, and those 2 pieces go together just like that. I'm going to bring it up here so you can see maybe a little better in the light. Green with green, and those 2 pieces snap right together. Here we have another piece that has blue and purple on it. So I'm going to look at how I can add that to my existing structure here. I see purple on here, which is excellent because I have purple on this piece. So again, I'm just going to make sure that red and yellow are on top, and I'm going to find a way to match a color, and I'm just going to hook those 2 together and they'll magnetize right together. And we now have 3 out of the 4 pieces of this section done. And you'll notice if you take a look at here, kind of this view here, I need a blue and pink piece. And my remaining piece is, look at that, blue and pink. Again, leave it flat on the table, point the yellows toward each other, and just add the piece right in just like so. And I've now completed 1/4 of the puzzle. We're going to do that with the other sets of colors so that we have 4 completed 4ths of the puzzle, and then we're going to be able to assemble them in a couple of quick steps. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to set it to the side, and we're going to move here to our red-white pieces. Again, we're going to orient so that red is on the outside, and we're going to have now white pointing together instead of yellow. And again, I'm just looking for piece color combinations. So I see a green piece here and a green piece here. And green goes with green, so we'll stick those two together. Again, making sure that white is in the middle here. We're going to end up with a white diamond similar to our yellow diamond here. So check in here, I now have yellow and purple and pink available. Here's another piece, has some pink on it. So we'll take it, pink goes to pink, and just like that, snaps together. And the last piece has only got one place it can go. It needs to be purple and blue. We have a purple and blue piece right here. Excellent. We'll make sure that red and white are on top and add it right in. What we've now done is we've created these two sections. In the middle, we have diamonds. On the outside, we have red, the same color on both of them. And then on each edge, the colors match all the way around. Same thing for this one here. And then one more thing that you may notice if you're looking at these is if you flip them both over and you look on the inside, they have the exact same colors set up there in kind of a mirror orientation. So if you have purple on top and pink on the bottom, you'll have the two greens in the middle and the two blues on the outside. Or however you have them, you'll have two middles, two outsides, a top and a bottom. So we are done assembling half of it here. I'm going to set these two to the side, and we're going to move on to our next color, which was orange for the outside. And again, each of these orange pieces have both white or yellow, have either white or yellow on them. And what I'm going to do is separate them out into their two groups based on whether they have white or yellow. So here's an orange and yellow. Here's an orange and white, white, yellow, white, yellow, white, and yellow. I'm going to set aside the white ones for now, and we're just going to focus on these four yellow pieces here. Once again, I'm going to set them up so that we have orange, which is the opposite of red. So we're going to have orange and yellow on top so that we can make a connection of four pieces that looks really similar to this. It'll just have orange on the outside here instead of red. So orange and yellow go on top like this. Make sure all your pieces have orange and yellow on top. I like to take them and kind of set them up so that they're pointing at each other, all the yellows. I think it makes it easier to see the colors that way and kind of how the pieces are going to align. And then I look for colors that match. So I see here I have purple on this piece and I have purple on this piece. And so I'll take those two pieces, make sure I have my yellow orange on top, and I'll take the purples and I will touch those purples together just like that. Now when I flip it around, I have blue and green on here. I'll pick up another piece. This one has blue and pink on it. So blue matches blue. Set them both down, line them up so that blue can touch blue, and snap them together so that we have our yellow in the middle and our orange on the outside. Take our last piece. Pink and green is what we need. Pink and green is what we have left. There's only one place it can go, and we will slide it right into place. I'm going to quickly run through this last one here, and then we'll go through how to put them together. So I'm going to make sure all my orange and whites are on top. I will do white toward the middle, and I will match blue with blue. I will match pink with pink, and purple and green. What's left is purple and green. That will also go right in the middle. And so what we've done now is we've created these four pieces here. These pieces have yellow or white in the middle, and they have either orange or red on the outside pieces. And so now all we have to do is pair up these last ones in the right way and stick them together, and we'll have the puzzle ready to go. So I'll set aside orange for now. We'll look at our two red pieces here. And what I'm going to do is kind of turn them so that they are facing each other like that. So again, yellow and white are on top. I'm going to tip them up so they're facing each other. And then as I look at the inside here, what I want to do is I want to set them together in such a way that all of the colors touch. So the way I have them oriented right now, you'll see if I put them together, the purples will touch there at the bottom, the greens will touch there close to the camera, and the pinks will touch there up top. Now it doesn't matter which orientation they are. If this one was like this, then I would just need to rotate this other piece so that the same color could touch here on the bottom before I snap them together. Once they're snapped together, we have a completed half of the puzzle here. This is what it should look like when it's complete. I have red on the outside. On the inside, I have sets of colors that look like diamonds all the way around. This one's complete. Now we'll move on to this other piece here, and we'll do the same process with it. So again, we're going to take them from, think of them maybe as eyes looking up. We'll take them and move them so they're looking out. And we will make sure that the same color is on bottom. If it was like this, pink and purple don't go together. They are not the same color. So we would need to spin one of them so that the same color can be on the bottom and we can touch them together. And then we'll just rock them together like so. And we have one more step. We need to put the two halves of the puzzle together. So on each half of the puzzle, again, we have these nice diamond shapes in the middle. And on the outside, we have all of the same color. So all that's left is to put them together. It really doesn't matter how you put them together, as long as you have a color in the middle touching and the same color is facing you. So here, these whites are heading toward the middle. So let's plug those two together. And then I'm going to check and verify that the two colors facing me are the same, green and green. And so that is a solved state. Whereas if it was like this, where I had white in the middle, these two colors are not the same. I would need to spin one of the sides until the colors do line up. And then this is a solved state. If you want to be able to show the white off, that's just fine. You can choose a different color. As long as the color in the middle matches with itself, it's consistent on both pieces, that is just fine. You can set it up however you would like. Lots of cubers like to have white on top and green on the front. If you do that, then you will want purple in the middle as well. And this is kind of the standard state of the puzzle. Again, you can do it in any orientation you want. Green can be in the middle. Maybe you want to hide the yellow for some reason. Go for it, put yellow in the middle. It doesn't really matter. This is the solved state of a puzzle. Thanks for watching.